You ready, Nick? Let's get him. Play my song. In commemoration of the 50 years of hip-hop. Shout out to the truck drivers. Everybody making a living on the road. Mr. Dynamite. Let it play for a minute. Mr. Dynamite. Right. Rest in peace, Biz Markie. Been making sure that I play that joint, man, and in honor of Biz Markie for the 50 years of hip hop and shit. I've been code violating, copyright violating for the last 4 episodes, but you know what the hell, man? It ain't about the money. That ain't what do it for me. The knittage do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in the building. Shout out to my engineer, Nick. Shout out to all of my super chatters, my moderators, Pee-wee, Ken Intelligent. You know what I mean? The online staff at Gully TV. You know, people who be assisting me in getting this message across and shit. BMF. Is top story again. J-Bo and 33 associates got indicted in St. Louis. This come from the St. Louis Dispatch. I was the first to break this story online. Them acronym, I told y'all about those acronym organizations. Everybody with an acronym attached to their name went to the fucking penitentiary or worse. OBH, YSL, YFN, FBG. You can just go on. And of course, BMF, who preceded all of those organizations. Hot as fish grease. I told people that hot as fish grease is the philosophies, the support that BMF had, I don't know, in the streets, especially online and shit. It ain't as strong as, it's not as much of a stronghold as it once was. At a point in time, nothing that anybody said out their mouth meant anything compared to Demetrius Flannery and his philosophies and shit. This shit had a lot of people's train of thought miscombobulated and shit like that. And it was just a wild period where the BMF organization, you know, they did their thing. They put on their show. They made films and shows about them. And at the end of the day, it's just destruction repeatedly. Incarceration, which is destruction, snitching, a lot of snitching. This is becoming more high profile, more well known. This part of the story is being exposed in a very, very big way now. But getting back to the BMF situation, blowing money fast. That's what they said. One of the acronyms stood for, the Black Mafia family. They did a lot of shit, man, against the code. Prior to them, it wasn't no like tricking and throwing money on a bitch and shit like that. They kind of made that cool, the whole making it rain thing and shit. They somebody who was recognized for that shit and, you know, boasted about it. Flooding rooms full of money, got rooms full of money with bitches in it, you know, money up to their ankles. You got J-Bo in trouble now for a PPP loan fraud and as well as some type of drug conspiracy. And I know that if you in a situation where you got to come home after being one of the top guys in one of the biggest drug cases ever, if you got to come home and you back out here committing crimes and shit like that, my nigga. My nigga. He came home and continued, you know, the bullshit. At no time did they capitalize. No black industry was created by BMF. No commerce was created. If he's in a situation where he has to do PPP loans and continue to commit crimes, I know at times when he by himself, he think back to them days when they was making it rain, when they was throwing all that money on the fucking ground. I know he think about that. And he's in a situation now where he's in another federal case. And I know he think about all the money that they threw on the ground. This is what they were famous for. This is what came of the BMF organization. That's what they was known for. How much money they blew or whatever and shit. BMF is just like the rest of the black drug organizations before them. When everybody got caught, everybody scrambled and told and did what they had to do, you know. And it's a mess now. This shit right here, what we dealing with right now, them being in trouble again, this is a part of the lifestyle that they promoted and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ridiculing, dissing them niggas or nothing like that, because I grew up selling drugs in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But the goal, the objective was never to make a living out of it. It was always something else, you know what I mean, or hopes of being able to do something else. Nobody wanted to make a career out of committing crimes and shit like that. And when you see this situation with people, with guys who had enormous amounts of cash and resources back out here in their 50s getting in trouble for the same shit, it's just, I don't know, it's a part of the story that need to be attached to the Make It Rain and the cars and all of that shit, because a lot of guys looked up to Big Meech and his distorted vision and shit. Blue Da Vinci said that he was trying to put them down with business and music, and he said a lot of the business ventures was their ideas because he said Meech and them didn't know anything else. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, people look up to Big Meech. A lot of black males look up to Big Meech. When you see somebody like A.R.Ab, when you see his situation, A.R.Ab is a Big Meech baby. When you see A.R.Ab on YouTube with $500,000 like counted and shit like that, he's doing his Meech. When you see him online standing in front of OBH, say, yeah, I'm the big dog and shit. I'm the kingpin, you know what I mean? All these niggas move out for me. All these niggas kill for me and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you acting in that capacity, you're gonna get the penitentiary and you're gonna get the same thing that Meech and them got and shit. Prior to this situation in St. Louis, there was a story that broke on this channel about a guy by the name of Dion Cuffy Gatlin. I met his daughter on Instagram, and they told me about the situation with Meech, and they laid it out to me the best that they could, and they even gave me some media, a recording from Cuffy to upload to my channel. It was up there for a year. Nobody took it seriously because nobody would believe that Big Meech would be a part of this type of activity and shit. Fast forward to a year later and shit, Blue Da Vinci starts, doing interviews. I interviewed Blue too. And after my interview with Blue, people started to rebuttal what he said on my interview, like Jay Diggs, amongst others. The Blue situation, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it got to Jay Diggs, they started calling Blue a rat. Once they started calling Blue a rat, Blue, of course, being agitated, said, fuck that. I'm going to tell y'all what really happened. Meech a rat. Poof. That gave my video some credibility because all of a sudden Blue was speaking about it. It's well known. This is well known, this situation with Cuffy Gatlin and BMF. So they should have known that was done in St. Louis. That shit was cooked in St. Louis. But, J-Bo being a St. Louis native, he come home and he's still rocking it. He come home famous, come home a superstar. My nigga, they got a BMF series that's fire. They did all types of documentaries and specials, and just all types of media about the Black Mafia family. And you mean to tell me you ain't have your hand in nothing? You mean to tell me you not throwing the parties that y'all were famous for? You mean to tell me that you don't have the record label that y'all allegedly had interest in? It sounds like what Blue was saying was serious. Y'all wasn't on that, because no music label ever materialized. No music ventures ever really materialized after, Blue and Uwe and all of them guys. But J-Bo's 51 years old. It's a PPP loan case. I seen people say that he had a music studio or some type of business venture where they could be misled about his intentions. But he got 33 co-defendants, a lot of them that was involved in cocaine trafficking, fentanyl trafficking, and methamphetamine trafficking and shit. So associated with this is J-Bo's title. They said that he admitted to being the junior boss on a social media platform. We all know who that is. That's old Vladimir. But the whole shit is cooked. I went through an argument with one of my homies a long time ago about BMF, man, because he was so BMF. And I'm like, my nigga. I'm like, man, them niggas is going to jail. I said them niggas is going to jail. For the first time I encountered it in 2004, 2005. I told my man this in like 05, 06, maybe like 06, maybe 07, something like that, maybe 06. I told him, I said, my nigga, them niggas is going to jail. I'm telling you, them niggas going to jail. And he meets. Do you know my homie that I was arguing with about Meech? He in federal trouble right now. Just like the nigga that he was aspiring to be, I guess. But that shit is broken. That whole shit is broken. That shit needed to be broken. BMF needed to be broken. BMF had a stranglehold on the mental of young black boys all over the planet Earth. Like, niggas was thinking they couldn't do nothing but ball and shit and make it rain and shit like that. And a bunch of crazy shit. BMF even had their own soundtrack. No matter what anybody want to say, man. When you listen to them songs and shit like that, listen to the shit that Jeezy was rapping about, you can just hear the BMF lifestyle all in there. The song Don't Get Caught and shit like that. The cars with the stash boxes and all of that shit. We all know it, he was kicking right there and shit. But that shit's broken, man. Like, we need to start promoting entrepreneurs, man, legitimate entrepreneurs and shit, man. Like, them niggas had a chance to do something. Them niggas had lots of money, man. Them niggas could have built parts of black America. When I say some shit like that, it's not a black person's responsibility to take care of black America. But BMF was a drug organization. You feel me? It's different. Them niggas is a drug organization, man. Them niggas are supposed to have something legitimate in this world to this day. To the point that they don't have to do PPP loans and be fucking around in the streets and shit like that. So yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. It's the same fucked up story. It's the same fucked up story. Nigga get on, get a bunch of birds, ball out, get 30 years or get life, and then that's it. Niggas need to know that. People need to know that. People need to know that. Before Meech came along, man, shit was a lot more discreet. It's always been super ballers around, niggas that had wild money and shit like that. But that, it seemed like when Demetrius Flannery and his organization emerged, it was like you couldn't tell a nigga nothing. It was like you couldn't tell a nigga nothing. They was on whatever them niggas was on. Whatever them niggas thought was cool. Whatever them niggas, they was on that and shit. So, again, it had to be broken, man. We need more inventors. We need more entrepreneurs, man. We need more independent businesses and shit. We need more independent businesses for sure. For sure. And I'm a part of this new way of thinking, man, online. I be wanting people to challenge information, man, and don't just accept you know, shit that was fed to us and shit. Like, we gotta challenge information. What I mean by that is, recently I've been in this, I don't know, conflict with, you know, some people on Twitter and shit like that about me critiquing the Sunni Muslim sect. And I got a lot of homies that's a part of the Sunnis. I was a part of the Sunni for a minute. I got Arabic tattoos on me. When I found the truth about the Arab, the slave trade, it just turned my stomach. It was 700 years before the transatlantic slave trade, which was Africa to North America and shit. The Arab slave trade, they were walking the slaves through the desert. They walked to the destination. When you got bought, it's in the fucking desert. It ain't no fucking boats and ships like that. It ain't no motherfucking water. So when they bought your ass at a slave auction, you walk to your next stop. And they were saying that the survival, they was only like 10 or 15% of them would even make it, you know what I'm saying, to the slave plantation. They was castrating niggas. Very, very brutal form of slavery. And I feel that anybody who committed any crimes against black people and shit like that, we just can't live with them harmoniously. We just can't accept your apology. Nothing like that. People can say, well, those were these specific people. We believe in the Quran and Sunnah, and we not like that. There's evidence of slavery in the Quran and Sunnah. And this evidence of slavery associated with Prophet Muhammad. There's hadiths about it. This information that I'm saying to you in regards to Prophet Muhammad and slavery is not 100%, but I'm pointing you in the direction of truth. If you go look into this, what I'm saying, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. But I told some people that, and that was just some truth that I came upon recently from studying and just growing and shit, and I wanted to share it with people, man. And recently, Dr. Umar Johnson put out a video. He's from Philadelphia. That's one of the Sunni capitals of America, of Black America. He grew up following the Quran and Sunnah. And he explained why he had to step away from the Sunni sect of Islam. He said because he feels that Black American Sunni leaders try to conceal the fact that there was an Arab slave trade against black people, and it still exists to this day. There's no explanation. We're not getting no answers for it. So he said that he felt that he couldn't be a part of it anymore. A lot of people have different opinions about Dr. Umar Johnson and shit like that, but to hear that coming from him, and he's from Philadelphia, was extreme support of the message that I was trying to convey. I wasn't trying to diss the Sunnah. I was talking about black people and shit. I was talking about atrocities committed against black people. That's what I was at with it. It was no different than me speaking about what went on at Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 16th Street Baptist Church, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But I chose to talk about atrocities committed against black people in Africa. And they said, according to history, it didn't start like that. They were enslaving other people, other races of people. And when they got hard up on it, on whoever they was enslaving, they had white slaves too. Whenever they got hard up in the white slavery game or whatever, they turned and went and targeted niggas and shit. They said that black Muslims were given a pass, but anybody else was enslaved. Men were castrated and displaced and sent to different parts of, the country and shit like that. So I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck with it anymore. And people ask me, what's your answer? I said, I self, Lord, and master and shit. Introspection, that's what gives me peace. And pursuing truth and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get I had to make sure that I repeated that message on here, because a lot of people was upset. Niggas unfollowed me, all of that, because niggas was raised listening to what their parents said. It went like this, so you accept it like that. You know what I'm saying? But what about if some of our parents were misguided? What about if some of our parents were in the dark? We can't remain in the dark with them. You know what I'm saying? Over time, things change, evolution, and you start trying to find out exactly what happened and shit. And you find that what you learned in the educational system, it wasn't true and shit like that. It wasn't true. So, and in a nutshell, when you black, you have to educate yourself, because you know that they didn't talk about us in school. We didn't learn about black people in school. Only black person that they talked about in school was Martin Luther King and shit. We weren't taught about great black civilizations. We weren't taught about our greatness. It was suppressed, and that's unfair that we had to go through that education system. You know what I'm saying? And get nothing. We got nothing. After being taught to read, write, and do math, what the fuck is the other 12 years for? What the fuck is the other 12 years of schooling for? But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Truck drivers, man. Y'all been very, very generous, man. Y'all been copping the PA knits. I got so many pictures from people all over the country buying the fucking PA knit. And shout out to Mac Mall. Mac Mall just rocked one of my joints on stage at a recent speaking engagement. The PA knit, make sure y'all go to my website, get you one. TheRealDribble.com, man. Get you one, man. It's that time of year, man. You can be flying dapper like the Dribble. So I don't really have much more. Pillmatic 2. Pillmatic 2, man. We fighting through the fucking screens, man. I'm constantly fighting through the fucking screens, man. I appreciate everybody who been sharing that most recent video I did about BMF and the most recent indictment. Don't get mad at me, man. I'm just sharing the news and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is my job. But shout out to people that shared that joint. That joint's sitting at like 60,000 views, man, in like 2 days. I appreciate that support. Make sure y'all keep sharing that joint. That lifestyle is over. That lifestyle is over. Niggas be on YouTube all day anyway. Let's admit this. A lot of us be on YouTube more than we be on regular television. YouTube is for education. YouTube, listen to some history. Listen to some philosophers and shit. Get your dribble right. Don't just be online listening to bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to come to this platform and you're going to be lost. If you over there listening to the niggly shit all the time, I ain't gonna say these brothers' names and shit, man. If you on that, when you come here, man, this shit I'm talking is gonna sound like some shit from outer space, because we elevating over here. Man. I'm promoting education. Make sure y'all be working on y'all vocabulary and shit like that. Black man is God, man. The future belongs to those who work for it today. Pillmatic 2. I've been fighting through the fucking screens, man. Like, a lot of niggas against me, man. I ain't gonna lie. I start seeing that and shit. Once you start gaining momentum and shit, a motherfucker will always try to slow you down on purpose. That's just how niggas is. But you know what? We gotta keep on moving. So shout out to the niggas that's rocking with me, man. Roscoe P, Big Oo, Shaheem, Yuck Mouth. I got some surprises, man. Knowledge the Pirate, man. Pretty Ugly. My guys from New Jersey. Hands On from Staten Island. Carlton Fisk. y'all get ready, man. We got a squad. I'm telling y'all, Pillmatic 2, man. We got some dope samples, man. I'm gonna give y'all more of my lifestyle on this album. I'm gonna speak a lot more. So get ready for the interludes, man. It's gonna be some autobiographical shit, man. Like coming from the mind of a hustler basketball player, man. And remember, I intertwine the two. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you to get your dribble right, I mean it, man. The whole package from top to bottom, man. Fitness, finance, and fashion. Them 3 F's. That's getting your dribble right. If you can complete those 3, sky's the limit for you. I promise you, man. Word up. Truck drivers, make sure when y'all at the truck stop, man, you tell the other truck drivers, man, if you want to listen to some dope content as you're moving across the country, tune in to the Dribble Podcast, available on all DSPs, Amazon, Deezer, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple, all of them. I'm on all of them, man. Turn me up. Get in there and turn me up, man. You want this real hip-hop, sports, and fashion. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Luke Steffen. The trailer just dropped for my movie, Cream. It be out in December. Make sure y'all go to my channel and check out your boy. This is my first acting role and shit. This ain't no cameo either. I'm in 3 scenes. I got dialogue in 3 scenes, 3 different scenes. So y'all go through and make sure y'all support that in December, man. I killed that shit. And not only that, a part of my contract was, of course, it's a film. They need music for the film, you know, for the soundtrack and shit. They don't actually have actual soundtracks anymore, but you know, it's called a score, to score the film. So what I did was I took, there's a scene in the movie when I'm working out, and I used Zip with the Drip Game Time from Pillmatic 1. I put it in the movie. This happened almost last year when I selected him and I selected that song. I believe in him, and I believed in everything that you're seeing that's happening for him online and shit like that. He's turning into a big star. I seen that last year. I seen it. I heard it. I felt it, and that's why I wanted him to be a part of this movie with me and come get some money with me. That's what I need niggas to do who fucking with this music shit. I want you to come get some money with me because I'm on something. I got shit plugged up, man. All you got to do is just jump in the passenger seat and buckle up. I'm telling you, I got the ultimate plan. I got P.A. Dre. We working. We putting our heads together daily, putting out dope. I'm telling you, we got female MCs on this joint. This is going to be bigger than ever. Like, shout out to my inspiration. You know what I mean? Y'all keep it up. The haters, I see y'all, man. I see y'all. But you know what? The thing about me, my situation is hard to kill because I'm constantly working. I don't give you niggas no breaks. You know what I'm saying? I wake up in the morning looking for a competition. That's just how I'm wired. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I got to do to remain in this situation I'm in. This shit is going to continue to escalate. It's going to continue to escalate. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is continue to dribble, man. You know what happens when you pick up your dribble. It's a turnover, and I ain't giving up the rock yet. You hear me? I ain't giving up the rock yet, man. So make sure y'all follow me on Twitter, GullyTV1. I'm tweeting. I'm on there finding new MCs, man. I got the master fucking plan, man. I'm telling you. Gully TV. Nick, how much time I got? Okay. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I got to get to work on this Shaheem documentary. Every time I come in here, I'm going to give y'all an update on what's going on with the Shah doc. I only got 2 hands, 1 mind, and I'm working overtime, man, to get this shit to y'all, man. So just make sure you continue to follow the channel. And if you want that original, dope, hip-hop, sports, and fashion, you know you can't get it nowhere else. I see people trying to copy my recipe. I've been on sports. I've been on fashion. You know what I'm saying? And I've been dribbling. Look, Nick, go ahead, give him that biz, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Shout out to the truck driver, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And shout out to everybody listening to me overseas, London, man. I love y'all, UK. I love y'all, man. Continue to support me, man, and continue to Order the PA knits from therealdribble.com. Peace.